people, my name is Ifeanyi. I'm a doctor. I've been married to this man, PIUS, ANGBO of Channels Television for 6 years. And for 6 years, I've known no peace in this marriage. It's been from one woman to another. Sleeps from one woman. Just had a baby. It was a cesarean section just about 4 weeks ago. Just because I told him to spend wisely and not spend on women so recklessly, considering that we have 4 children and these children have to be trained. That's why I got this beating. Tried to strangle me and all that. Sat on my incision and everything. The children were crying. And I was pregnant with this child. When the pregnancy was 3 months. It was the same thing. He would sit on my stomach, hit me, try to strangle me and all that. Calling him out, he works with Channels TV. His name is PIUS ANGBO from Benue State.
Mommy, sorry.
Thank you. Just for you to know. I thought I got married to a fellow human being.
Marriage is beautiful, especially when one meets the right partner who truly cares and shows sincere love towards each other. However, over time, domestic violence has been one of the leading causes of divorce in marriages. And oftentimes, the women seem to be on the receiving end. Similarly, this was the case of a woman, Dr. Ifeanyi ANGBO, in Owerri, Imo State, whose husband, Mr. PIUS ANGBO, a correspondent with Channels Television, allegedly assaulted in front of their children. According to Ifeanyi ANGBO, who spoke on Yes in a viral video shared online, her only offense was for getting beaten was that she told him not to spend money on women. While speaking further, the victim revealed that she just delivered the baby about 4 weeks ago through cesarean section, but despite the fact that her incision is yet to heal up, her husband still punches her. Additionally, Dr. ANGBO disclosed that they have been married for 6 years and they now have 4 children together, and further make a shocking revelation that her husband sometimes beat her during the pregnancy and also strangled her. Consequently, many Nigerians who reacted to the sad incident condemned the inhumane treatment of the woman by her husband, as they urged relevant authorities to step in order to serve justice and save the victim from abuse and domestic violence before it turns more tragic. So guys, I've been seeing this news, it's been flying left, right and center, and even in the video that the woman just put up. Of course, when people will say, oh, you can't just hear story from one party, you need to hear from the other party, because they might try to add 1 or 2 things. But the only thing that people can the reason why people can just quickly make their decision and begin to judge the man is that when you look at the woman's face, that one is an indication. If maybe there's no evidence or whatever, of course it might be true, but people might not want to believe it, or people might want to say, okay, let us even hear from the man. Maybe from the man's story, it might be different from what the woman is saying. You don't just quickly jump into conclusion. But looking at that woman, you don't need a soothsayer to start telling you that, oh, we need to hear from the man first, no matter what. No matter what. Even in the video, one of the children was saying, mommy, sorry, mommy, sorry. Of course, the children will be able to testify, because that baby that was saying, mommy, sorry, will be able to say something. Will be able to say something. But there's an evidence, from the woman's face, something has really happened. And for the woman to have come out, she must have been bearing a lot of things. And she was even like, oh, she thought this is the best man that she had married and all of that. Of course, life happens. Life really happens. But not because the man is maybe a public figure or is working with a known company, which is a Channels Television. No, even if the person is not even known, it is something that we should not condone. We should reject it in totality. This whole thing must be checked. It must be checked. You know, from what the woman explained, no matter what kind of offense, what kind of anger could that be that will make you to go to that extent? Even if the woman did not just give birth recently, how can you just be touched? Anybody, you treat everybody equally. You treat everybody with respect. Whether you are a woman, you treat the man, you treat everybody, whether the person is a child. That is what we are talking about, building a healthy society, having a healthy and peaceful community to a very large extent. So definitely, with the way the woman has come out, definitely she will get justice. And you know, a lot of people have been saying that doesn't mean these things have been happening in the past. Because of the social media, everybody's now coming out. Because if you don't talk, people now say, why didn't you talk? Because in those days, all of these things are not there. And just the way the same government, you know, anything we do, we are still going to relate it back to the government. The same way the government has been maltreating the masses, and there were no evidences then. But now, with the coming of technology and social media, you know, to a very, very large extent, you can't do anything and go scot-free. You cannot do that. And everybody is coming out. And this idea, let me manage. I don't want anybody to know about it. It will be, you know, it will look so embarrassing. But so embarrassing because of that, a lot of people, you know, have gone to their early grave because what will people say? What will people say? What will people say? But you are dying in silence. You are dying in silence. For this woman to have come out, you know, shows that yes, she had taken enough. So no matter what, like I said, one would still hear from the man. Why would you do such a thing? Just like this video that has been going viral as well. A pastor that has been, you know, messing up with his children, impregnated them. If not because of social media, we wouldn't have known. A lot of things had been happening. Even up to now, some things are still happening that people cannot even come out and speak because of a shame, because of embarrassment they feel. But at the end of the day, if you don't talk, hey, those people who are indulged in this bad acts, they will continue. They say, Peggy, fear no go let them talk, they feel talk. But now, you don't try people again. If you push people to the wall, they will come out. So everybody respect yourself. Respect yourself. Because like in the case of this woman, no matter what the woman must have done, you don't have rights. Even if the woman is a single person or a child or whatever, you don't have rights to be doing that. If such treatment is being given to you, would you like it? What you don't want others to do to you, don't do it to others. If you don't want it to be done to you, why must you be doing that to other people? So that's what we are talking about here. Okay, someone says, stop listening to one side story. The woman must have done something bad before her husband beat her. Can you imagine? The woman may be stubborn, jealous, and arrogant at home. Okay, you go smell yourself when they arrest you. So you can imagine the way some people reason. So because of that, because the woman is a punchy bag that you now be hitting, God will help you. Please stop saying such and giving men a bad name. Are you justifying domestic violence? Are you not reading the stories of how people die from it? There's nothing she could have done that should result in getting beaten. The man has the option of leaving the marriage if the woman's behavior is intolerable. That is it. That is it. This issue of a do or die there, you leave it. That is it. If something happens, though, what will not happen? We say because it will not be justified. You can imagine this issue of a Miriam Sander with her husband. So no matter what she wants to do, no matter the explanation, and that's why you can imagine the kind of judgment being given to her. The best thing is just leave the marriage. Leave the marriage. Now, because of her anger, because of a manner of things now, she stabbed the woman. She stabbed the man, according to what we are hearing in court. She stabbed the woman, or the husband, rather. So, would it not have been better for her to leave the marriage than what she has found herself in? Because you feel you don't want to leave because you can't control your anger. You know, some people, these are the same people. This kind of person that is saying that, you are hearing from one side of the story. I know I've said it before. But with the way the woman is, with the evidence is there. So no matter what, it is not acceptable. Lie, it is not acceptable at all. Well, so she should be the punching bag. By the virtue of his profession as a journalist, he should not have allowed this cat to be left out of the bag. A great scandal indeed. By the way, a lady with good profession and so fertile to be subjected to this type of mess. MFM awaits the couple for deliverance from spiritual bondage. Spirit wife may be on the rampage. So guys, let's say your opinion. Leave your comment below and let's know your thoughts on this. Thank you.